It's time for our daily business chat with Richard Southern, and we begin with a major move in the Canadian grocery industry. Richard.
Yeah, I mean, we've all become very familiar with the grocery store over the past year, right, Erica? And yeah, seeing an interesting move in that sector today with Empire, the parent company of Sobeys and Farm Boy, buying a controlling stake in Longo's, the independent grocer that started right here in Toronto. They're doing this for $357 million. Had a chance today to talk to Longo's president and CEO Anthony Longo. We talked about where he sees the future of the grocery business going, but he said basically this deal came together because Empire was looking for more locations right here in the Toronto area.
This is by far the biggest market in the country. And I think Empire found they were underrepresented here, and we helped to kind of fill a significant gap there.
If you look 5 or 10 years out, where do you see the industry? Do you think that it's going to, like, the online's just going to continue to grow?
My own personal view is it'll probably be somewhere around the 20 to 25% in 10 years' time. But I think brick and mortar is still going to be the vast majority of sales, 80+%.
Yeah, Longo's owns the Grocery Gateway online service, so they've been into that online sector for a while, Erica. And if you're if you go to Longo's, you're not going to notice any difference because Empire says they're going to keep the brands separate. So there you go, bit of a shakeup in the grocery biz.
All right, and speaking of grocery stores, one politician wants to make it a little less tempting to buy junk food.
Hey, do you ever fall prey like I do to those impulse
all
items?
The time. I actually have to eat before I go to the grocery store now.
They actually say you should never shop on an empty stomach, right? But yeah, you go to the checkout item and there's the chocolate bars right in front of you and the fruit chews and all that stuff. Well, yeah, there's a private members bill now at Queen's Park that would force retailers to basically hide those, not put them in the impulse and checkout aisles, okay? So this is NDP MPP France Jelena tabling this private members bill. And the bill, Erica, is called, quote, the Temptation Be Gone Act. She says marketers know that strategically placing these items at the checkout works. People do buy them, right? And the bill would prohibit the display of high-fat, high-sodium, or high-sugar foods in entrances, exits, end of aisles, and checkouts of grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations. Of course, not clear if the Ford government would support this. They have, shown a willingness to expand, convenience stores selling items like alcohol. So it's not clear if it will pass, but interesting private members bill nonetheless.
I may or may not have a bunch of chocolate in my desk right now. And finally, rental rates have plummeted across the city during this pandemic, but some areas have seen a bigger decline than others.
Yeah, a report caught my eye today from rentals.ca. They looked at the areas, the neighborhoods of the city that have seen the biggest decline in rents. And leading the way, South Riverdale, where rents are down 29% over where they were a year ago. East End, Danforth, and the Kensington Chinatown area seeing a 24% reduction. That's pretty significant. North St. Jamestown, rents down 23%. Same story for Regents Park. And Yonge and Eglinton, down 22% there over where rents were last year. Overall in Toronto, rents are about 20% lower. Much more than rents have dropped in Vancouver, where they're only down 6%. They're only down 3% in Montreal. Erica.
All right. 680 business editor Richard Southern. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks.